everyone, it's Danielle Taylor with Keller Williams Realty here on the beautiful Outer Banks. And today what I wanted to do was give you my top 5 predictions for what we're going to see in the Outer Banks real estate market through the fall and the end of 2023. I'm going to say this now, put it on record, and we'll see how right I was when we do a recap in January timeframe. Fingers crossed that I am correct. But here we'll go. First off, I think we're definitely going to see more inventory come on the market this fall. I've talked about this quite a bit in many of the stats videos, so if you haven't watched some of those, you may want to go back and take a look at that information and you'll see the data why I'm predicting that. But I do think we'll see some more inventory come on the market this fall. I cannot guarantee it will be good inventory, but I do think the inventory levels will go up. Okay, so that's my number 1 prediction. The second thing that I think that we'll see is a slight downturn in prices. And we've been holding fairly stable. We have started to see some price compression in certain areas and certain, sort of micro parts of the market. I do think overall we're going to see a slight downward pressure on those prices. I don't think it's going to be dramatic. I don't think it's going to be anything that's a massive problem for our market, but I do think that we may see that slight price compression. So I do think that's going to happen. I do think we're going to see slightly higher interest rates. So I believe the Fed is still considering putting at least one more rate hike in before the end of the year. Most of the lenders I talk to are thinking that we'll probably see it go up a little bit more before we see any sort of stability or downward trend. I think overall we're not predicting much of a downward trend in interest rates until maybe next year, late next year at some point. So anyway, I think we're going to see interest rates go up a little bit. So just think about that. If you're a buyer and you're holding out for lower rates, make sure you're talking to your lender and getting their particular take on what I'm thinking is going to happen with interest rates, because if they are going to go up, you may want to consider doing something sooner. I think especially in areas like Oceanside, Duck, Corolla, even Westside, Corolla, Oceanside in mid-beaches, I think we're definitely going to see more emphasis and pressure put on the relationship between the rental income and the price. So that was the case very much before COVID. There was usually quite a correlation between those two numbers on the properties that people would be looking at as investment or rental properties. That sort of fell off a bit during COVID. I think now we're going to see a little more pressure on that. So I think strong rental performance, consistently strong rental performance, is going to work in the favor of sellers during this fall market. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity this fall. So all of these things said, I think there's going to be a great opportunity for sellers that have a great product to outshine the competition and to really capture the market that's here for the fall. And for buyers, I think looking for the gems, looking for the properties that are just ripe for the picking are going to give you some great opportunities to purchase. So those are my top 5 predictions. Just to finish things out, as a buyer, how do you capitalize on what I think is going to happen in the fall? And here's what I think. I think number 1, you watch the market, you stay educated, you stay on it. If you're serious about buying, even if it's a year out, education, education, education. So that's the first thing. Secondly, get pre-approved. If you are ready to buy when the right thing comes, make sure you're pre-approved, because when that right thing comes, if you think it's the right thing, probably others do too, and we're going to want to move you really quickly on that property. Okay, so that's for my buyers. For my sellers, here's how you can capitalize on this market, even though I'm predicting more inventory in the fall. It's easy. Outshine the competition. So get your house in the best shape that you can. for minimal cost so that it's ready to show well and to really appeal to the buyers. That could be things that aren't expensive. It could be power washing the exterior and the decks to make it sparkle. It could be a fresh coat of paint at the end of rental season. It could be swapping out a couple of vanities in the bathrooms that's not super expensive but would help your house shine. So that's what I would do. Then you're going to outshine the competition. The second thing is, and this is the most important, price your home relative to where the market is. Do not chase the market as it's trying to figure out where it's going to be. So price relevantly, that means your great product, because you're outshining, and your relevant price are going to capture those buyer eyeballs and get you sold. So as always, if you like this content, make sure you subscribe, and also make sure you're getting our newsletter so you can see some of the data points as to why I'm saying things. If you have any questions or in a specific area want some more information, please reach out. We'd love to help. I hope you have an awesome weekend.